Whoa! Sorry, y'all. Boom. So I'm good. We're going. Okay. Boom. Welcome, Dropkick DOJO. Week number. Week number 3. Speaking, talking. Oh, okay. So I'm good in chat. So you know what? We're not even worrying about technical difficulties then. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping it going. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? I want to talk to the people today about some Oki. That's going to be the subject of today's Dropkick Dojo. So we have another exercise sheet that we will be placing online to accompany this video. But yeah, so basically we're going to talk a little bit about rolling your offense and how to start an offensive in Street Fighter V, and just kind of talk about a little bit of theory of offense. All right, so I'm picking Ryu. On the exercise sheet, it says to pick Ryu, but you could pick any character really for these things, because a lot of it's kind of conceptual. So like, some of the things we're having you do here is perform a meaty attack, which is, like a meaty is an attack that hits an opponent within the first few frames of them getting up. So it's within frame 1 through 3 of their wake up would be considered a meaty hit. So these are basically the reason why you're using these is because you want to be able to continue your offensive against people. They're going to have to either block or use an invincible reversal to get out of your pressure if you're using a meaty attack. So having a knowledge of that, just knowing how to run that mind game, is essential to having an offensive in this game. So let me see. Health is on auto recover. Perfect. And first thing we're going to do is set the training dummy to record wake up action. Or mash. I think it's probably already there. You got to mash him. There we go. See? Find your meaty. So Ryu, he has a pretty easy one off sweep. Sweep, dash up, stand medium punch. That will beat Cammy doing a wake up jab. That's her fastest button. That's why we use jab. But some of the things to think about when you're looking for meaties or trying to find meaties is look for common times that you get a knockdown or that you find advantage. So for example, with Ryu, there'll be a lot of times where you can get like a low short into low jab, right? Or maybe you can get 2 jab hits. So now that you know this, you can either do an uppercut to get a combo. What's up, Luke? How you doing, man? Welcome, man, to the chill zone here on stage.
I heard you were going to teach me some Oki today.
I am, yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're teaching a little bit of Oki. I was just going over how to find different types of knockdowns. So like, one of the most common approaches is to find common scenarios that you are getting that's giving you a knockdown, and then look for what your options are going to be out of that. So like, let's say you play Ryu and you get jab, jab, uppercut, a good amount. This is a great place to start. What can Ryu get on a jab, jab, uppercut? You can do fireball. Whoa. You have a suggestion?
Just try like with your normal buttons. Try a stand strong and see if Cammy's wake up jab beats that. Try dash up, stand strong.
There we go.
Counter hits. Yeah, that's the setup.
Boom. So on quick rise, that's gonna beat a wake up 3 frame. Dash up, stand strong. You can get a little combo off that. I think now we can do big damage with Ryu. Yeah, there we go. That's the big damage for you.
That's all off one setup. You can think of that almost as a combo.
That's true. So, but then also, once you find your normal recovery, you want to look for back rise. So will that setup work on back rise? It looks like it doesn't quite reach, but you can turn it into something else, right? So let's see. Standing fierce does not work. Sweep does work, although it is unsafe. Oh, low forward. That looks to be a good meaty on back rise.
And if they block you, you can always just buffer a fireball, keep safe.
Exactly. And on counter hit, it'll combo into the fireball, and that gives you a long time to confirm into super. So yeah, so there we go. So that is a way to, there's a common scenario. Now next thing, right, what would be a forward throw? How do I get a meaty off a forward throw? Very important, yeah, back throw, right? See if your character can get a meaty off back throw. You can also use frame data to find all of this information. Now, if you already understand the concept of frame data, then that doesn't seem like such a daunting task. If you don't, it's totally fine. It's not that difficult to learn. It seems very intimidating at first, but it all starts to make sense after, after it clicks. So I guess, so let's talk a little bit about knockdown. Let me ask you a couple questions. Noonches. How do you feel about Oki in Street Fighter V?
I think that being able to maintain pressure and oppress someone from getting their game started is the single most important thing in a match of Street Fighter V.
You think so? The most important?
I think it is the most important thing. I think it is the number one thing that wins rounds.
Oh, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. This game is very offensively focused. And I think that with neutral game is always good, but neutral is kind of what you play to get to offense. And then if you can destroy people there, then game's over.
Every character is so strong, every character is just so good at getting in, that if you can just keep a character on the ground and win that way, it's just a much safer way of winning, and it's just a great way to get an advantage.
Yeah. I agree. Well said. Well, does this work? I want to see if I can do EX upcut. Oh, mid-screen? Yo, Ryu? Dude, Ryu is so cool, man. I like him, man. I'm telling you, Ryu's got stuff. I'm a believer in the dungeon. Damn, that shit does not work, though.
Way too scary.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, so that's another thing, right? Finding max damage conversions. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a combo like that, right? But let's say there's a common scenario that I am finding myself against Cammy. So is your controller working?
Yes, I don't know. It was working on that one.
All right. Yes, let's see if we can, let's try our luck for this one right here. Boom. All right. No.
It was working on that one. So
Wow. This PS4 might be cursed. That's possible. Well, okay, we'll rip, You think you can do a dive kick? Woo! Woo! Quarter circle back. Yeah. Boom. Huh? Yeah, it's still messed up. All right. Well, here's an example. Let's say I do a block string, right? So like I'll do this. And I notice this Cammy player is always doing stand fierce after my block string. Yeah, that works. So now I know, okay, I can get a knockdown off this scenario. If I know this range, I know that there's certain things I can react to and get the knockdown. Ooh. Right, so now that I get this knockdown, I can kind of choose which knockdown do I want to go for. Because I can go for a sweep in this scenario, right? Which is going to give me like a good dash of Oki. Let's see. I can also do like a stand light kick into EX Tatsu. Let's say if I want some corner carry, I might do something like this. Here, I'm going to do the block string on you. Do Tatsu, right? Or maybe I'll do medium Tatsu just to push him as far to the corner as I can get him. I guess medium Tatsu don't combo theirs. But light does. Maybe if I micro step. There we go. Micro step forward, medium Tatsu. Man, yo, this is Ryu optimization. So basically, that's an example of exploring your normals and exploring how you can decide. Like you can decide for yourself which knockdown you want to go for. That element of creativity still exists in the game. So let me ask you, man, do you have any questions about Oki or about knockdown, or do you...
Well, you were starting to get into how frame data can, affect your setups.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So forward throw me. So did you see how it said I was minus 22, I believe it was there? So yeah, I was about minus 20. What does that mean, Sal, that I was minus 20?
So it means that there are 20 frames where your character cannot move, and once that frame counter reaches 0, they're going to return to a standing state.
And what it also means is that Ryu has 20 frames where he can act, and I do not.
Yeah.
So those
Wait.
20
Hey,
frames,
I said that the first time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was that here?
Yeah. No, that was the first thing I said. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, dude, the point still stands.
Am I good to just watch?
Oh yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, man. Yeah, do you? I'll put you on there in a sec.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but just lastly, so if
Yeah.
you're, plus 20, you maybe calculate how fast Ryu's dash is plus one of his buttons. So
Right.
let's say, theoretically speaking, Ryu's dash was 15 frames, and you have a 4-frame button. That would take 19 frames, and while I'm minus 20, that means that I'm forced to block that.
I see. Yeah, yeah. So,
I missed that. What?
so you're.
So knock me down. So do you see how there's a number that flashes up red there? So you see how it's about minus 20?
Okay.
So that means there are 20 frames where he can act and I can. So in those 20 frames, he can set up his meaty or Oki, his knockdown setup. So think about it this way. So he has 20 frames to act before I can do anything. Let's say I don't know Ryu's dash speed off the top of my head, but let's say it's 15 frames for reference, and he has a 4-frame button. That would take how many frames?
19.
19, meaning that if he's in range to do something that I have to block. Sorry. So if if all of my actions together are 19 frames and I'm minus 20, that means I have to block whatever you do.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he's talking about using frame data to calculate how you're going to approach with your meaties. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, man. Bring it on in here, man. Let's talk a little, man. Open up a dialogue real quick.
This helps, man.
Yeah, man. All right. So, have you seen this week's pamphlet?
Just briefly.
Just briefly. Okay. So yeah, this week we are talking about Vortex, Oki, Okizemi. Are you familiar with the term Oki?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Perfect. So Karen is definitely one of those characters with solid Oki. Yeah, I know it's close quarters for this week. We're making it work with the mic situation, so people can hear the booming voice. Yeah, man, it's great. It's very nice. It's very nice. Yeah. So first off, do you have any questions about Oki, or any you feel like you've been having some troubles with knockdowns or pressure?
Just like general 101.
Can you, yeah, say it in the. Yeah, I know it's kind of close.
General 101 questions, like what do I have?
What should every single player know going in about Oki?
Right. Okay. So that's an excellent question. I'm gonna set us in training mode. I'm picking you, Karen.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I think one of the good things to think about, if you're examining your toolbox, I guess, you want to think what are common scenarios that you're getting into. So either if that's based off of your game plan or based off of the current meta and what a lot of your opponent's game plans are, it's very important to be able to adapt to what is happening. So if you're going to adapt, let's say you notice somebody's blocking a lot. So you want to be able to do, after a knockdown, you get a meaty throw. But then, let's say you know that they don't want to block. Maybe they're afraid of the throw, or they're trying to escape your pressure. So you want to have your meaty attack as well to shut down people running away, and your meaty throw to shut down people sitting there and blocking. So that's a really basic way to look at it. But ideally, you would have a setup for every knockdown. Oh man, this is just happening with pads. Yeah, triangle is gonna be.
Who did this?
No, it's not even in the game. It's something with the PS4. It's the pad is rebound. Maybe it's in DualShock 4 settings or something. We're gonna have to look this up after the stream.
Okay.
That's crazy. But yeah, so.
Okay, I'll do my best to remember that.
Man, good luck. Yeah.
Oh man.
No. Look, man, I understand. Okay, so here's do you play arcade stick at all?
Just this.
Okay. So let's just talk about it then. I'll show you some examples also.
Okay.
So for your knockdown, with Karen, I will do playback recording. So she has a couple of setups that cover both wake-ups and that will allow you to do a hit or throw mix-up. So she can do Tenko, Tenko, and then that covers both wake-ups right there.
The grab.
Yeah. So that's gonna be my recording, and then I'll play it back. We'll see. I'll do quick rise. Right, so that covers quick rise. Snap. So I can throw tech it, and I'll back rise also. Back rise, you probably have to delay the throw.
Okay.
That would make sense.
So does delay teching kind of jump in? Sorry. Does delay teching work into Oki at all? Is that relevant to Oki?
Yeah, so delay tech is a defensive option that it's very relevant to your offense because you need to have a way to stop people from delay teching. So like with Karen, for example, one of the most obvious ways that people blow up delay tech is with the shimmy. That's universal, not just Karen, but any character. Just a little walk forward and a walk back and bait the throw tech. Or if even in your offensive pressure, right? If you do a button that pushes you outside of throw range, like this one right here, then like I can just do this on block and wait. And if my opponent is delay teching, then I can react with the button. So here I'll show you an example. So that's one you can do with Karen. This is a new one actually. I just learned this recently. Oh, whoops. So I will start. I'll just let it play back. Right? So you push yourself outside of throw range if you think they're going to delay tech. So that, and then also you can. Now that one's kind of unsafe because you see Karen's -7.
Yeah.
So like she can be punished,
It's
but
-3 on hit.
it's -3 on hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that, -3 on hit. So yeah, like that one's kind of cheeky, but there's other buttons you can use that push you outside of throw range. Like I think Karen can use jab also. Like she could just do like one stand jab, one crouch jab, something like that.
Okay.
But the idea is like you are shimmying people who are delay teching. And in terms of defensively, when you want to delay tech, it is good on certain like layered offensive, but it's very volatile because in Street Fighter V the shimmy is so prominent. So you have to really be careful when you're using delay tech. It's almost always better if you can afford it to do delay backdash.
Delay backdash?
Yes, delay backdash, because in the same scenario, I'll just put Karen here. I'll have her do this and then backdash.
Okay.
And then I'll have her do this. I don't know if that's gonna work. In my head, I can. In my head, that made sense, but you know what? I'll just explain it. If I'm doing like a shimmy situation like this, and I'm waiting for you to tech, if you tech, you die, right? And if you don't have enough health, and I walk up and throw you, then you're gonna die as well. If you backdash, you avoid that scenario. You avoid the throw, and you reset into neutral. The only time that it's kind of iffy is when you're in the corner, but even still, the recovery on backdash is visibly a little bit harder to react to than throw tech, especially if the opponent's looking for a throw tech. So a lot of times it can defensively get you out of those scenarios. And here's another example. I'll have Karen do this block string. Right, so Karen's gonna be pressuring like that. If I delay tech during this pressure, well, that's a quick tech there. If I do like a delay tech, I'm gonna get counter hit. Damn, I need to try to fall for my own mix-up. Boom. Oh, I can't time myself. But basically, oh, look at Outlaw Sean was good with you, bro. Anyways, the concept is you could get popped by this potentially if you're not careful with your delay tech. 1, 2. But if you're doing a delay backdash, then worst case, what happens is you get usually air reset. Most of the time, you're gonna just escape this scenario. See, like right there, she's not even hitting me, and there's no threat of this meaty. You do have to be careful though, because backdash is harder to execute than just teching a button, like teching a throw. It can get crush counter, but I mean, also you have to think about it too. Like, are they really going to be throwing crush counter buttons in a lot of scenarios. Most of the time people aren't. Most of the time people are going to be doing like lights and mediums, and there are times where people are going to be, you know, throwing in that heavy kick, but if they're trying to maintain pressure with mediums and lights and throws, then backdash is always a great option.
So how would you typically know what a good Oki option is? Like, say some brand new character just came out, how would you be able to gauge what their best meaties are? Do you ever want to do like heavy buttons as meaties? What are just like not good options for Oki?
So I think frame data is really important with that. I think seeing like knowing your character's frame data, because like some characters have heavy buttons that are plus on block. Like Karen's are negative on block, right? Or negative on hit a lot of times if you don't cancel it. But like Bison, Bison's the only one that comes to mind right now with plus on block heavy buttons. I know there's other slugger characters. Cammy, oh really? Plus on block? Which one? Stand heavy kick?
Doesn't Cammy have like +3 on her, or is that Mika?
Mika, oh, on her drop kick. Yeah, the full charge drop kick. Birdie, yeah, Birdie has plus on block. So there's a couple of characters that had heavies that are good for pressure. So I think really just understanding your character's frame data can give you the first layer of good frame data stuff, but then there's also stuff that puts you at good screen positioning. Like for example, Karen's stand roundhouse is -4 on block, but the positioning that it leaves you at is usually at a range where the opponent can't retaliate. So a lot of times what you'll see Karen players do is like they'll do stand roundhouse and then do stand medium punch like that. Because a lot of times what happens is the opponent will block a stand roundhouse and then try to punish Karen, and they'll be outside of the range. Let me see if I can get it. And then they get whiff punished by the medium punch. So, but that only works at the tip of the normal range as well, because you saw when I was closer, I'm hitting her out of it. So, exactly. But if you know your spacing, then you can set up a whiff punish. And off that medium punch, she can like confirm into the dash and do a bunch of damage. Yeah, so determining like what's good for meaties and all that, you can use your own, like you can just try stuff out. If you think it's a good idea, I really encourage you to go for it and try it out in games and see if people get hit by it. Because if people get hit by it, in my opinion, I like it. You know?
That's my idea.
Exactly. If they're getting hit by it, then it's working.
Okay. But you would prefer to use something that's plus on block as a meaty first, right?
Yeah, so anything that's true to the frame data is consistent. So if you're doing something that's negative, there's usually going to be a workaround that your opponent can use. But if you have the frame data on your side and you know the situation well, then there's not a lot that your opponent can do to like turn the tide of the match in that moment. They have to either play defensively or they get, you know, destroyed. Yeah, man. You got some. Yo, McNasty, what channel is Dragon Ball on? It's gonna be on this channel, a little bit after the dojo. Bam.
Challenge 1, all you do is mash, knock the opponent down and perform immediate attacks and times them. So it can be anything. Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about these. Let's talk about these lessons for today. So these are way more freeform than like traditional, like just go in and do these things, because the point of it really is to find what you're comfortable doing and find what you're not comfortable doing, and just know what that is, you know, because like I know for me, if I try to throw somebody and they jump out in the corner, that's a big thing that gets me a lot. Like, yeah, right. So I know that about my knockdown of my vortex. So when I go in training mode for something like this, I'll practice that. You know, I'll be like, okay, for this, you know, land and sea advanced. This is what the advanced difficulty one, where you do a meaty throw and anti-air the jump. I'll practice something like this because I know it gives me problems, and just searching for things that you're uncomfortable with and gaining another level of comfort is always great to growing as a player. Yeah.
What is the difference between Oki and Vortex? What is a Vortex?
That's a excellent question. So vortex, as far as I understand it, a vortex is like a loop, right? So it's like a thing that feeds into itself. So an example of a vortex would be like a throw loop, right? So it's like the knockdown that leads into the same knockdown.
Like
Karen,
Mika or Laura stuff, basically.
yeah, Mika, Laura stuff. Karen has it too, where she can do, yeah, she can do this one. And then if the meaty lands, it goes into itself, and you just keep, it just loops, right? So like, and it can be a throw as well. But then I would say the vortex ends when they return to neutral. Like the vortex is like that whole blender that you create with your knockdown options that keeps rolling into itself and creates pressure. And Oki is just any sort of advancing offense after a knockdown. So like, you know, even like you can do some real weird like janky Oki. Like I could do something like sweep and then like a real weird cross up, and that's still Oki.
I've done that.
Yeah. See, we've all done it. No shame in the game, you know. So yeah, so anything can be Oki. You can, that's actually the fun part of it. Bam. Yeah, sorry that this PS4 is possessed or something. It's been compromised. It doesn't work with controllers anymore. It's arcade sticks only, I guess.
That's okay.
But
It's only just this and this, so.
oh, really?
So these work fine. This becomes my standing light, and this becomes my standing medium. So.
Right, okay, so the triangle and X are, triangle and cross got swapped somehow, some way. That's strange. Just for pad, yeah, not for my arcade stick is working fine. Yeah, and then there was another pad player, Nunches, he was over here playing on pad, and his was messing up too. Yeah.
Okay, well I know which one to avoid.
Yeah.
Whichever this one is. Okay, do you mind taking me through a few of these?
Yeah, man. So let me talk you through. Let's see. So master baiter is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You got to bait as the master class would, and then performing a meaty attack. So, would you know how to identify a meaty with Karen? Yeah. So you're familiar with meaties. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. Also, baiting an uppercut. So in terms of what is an acceptable bait, like if I were looking for an uppercut from this Ryu player, I would do like my whole setup for my meaty and then just block, as opposed to like, you know, getting my knockdown and then just being like, okay, I'm gonna chill over here, right? It's kind of obvious that I'm waiting for a reversal.
Yeah.
But if I can convince him that I am gonna try to pressure, while still keeping myself outside of his throw range, that's really the key. If you can stay outside of the opponent's throw range, then you're at a very good offensive position. Yeah. So that's what I would say to keep in mind when you're trying to bait, is you want your movement to look realistic in terms of you want to make it look like you're trying to hit him.
I try against Ken, but they just know that.
Yeah. They can sniff it. They can smell the uppercut. They know. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so land and see, this one is pretty difficult. So it's a meaty normal throw, and then you anti-air the neutral jump. The easiest way to do this for most characters would be to get a sweep and then dash up and do a throw, because most characters have meaty throw off of that sequence, and then you have the CPU quick rise. So here, I'll show an example of it. Forward wake up action. And so we're going to have him jump on one, and then we're going to have a crouch jab 3-framer on the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to record it again because I didn't get reversal.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's back rise. Hold on, let me quick rise. All right. So yeah, that's a proper meaty throw.
But if they 3-frame, you get hit.
No. Yeah, if they 3-frame, you still get the throw. Yeah. It seems like she's only Is it not cycling? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to like flicker through the multiple options. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to do that though.
I think it just does it on its own. Oh, maybe the interval.
Is that interval settings?
Yeah, it might have to do with it.
Wake up, slow
But
down.
as long as you have them both on, they should be randomizing.
Maybe I'll put more of them in. of the same thing. I'll record more of the same thing to increase the randomized odds. Let's get some neutral jumps in there, you know?
What about a DP motion? Would that be something I'd want to work out for?
Yeah, if you're looking for the uppercut bait, then definitely. Yeah, here I'll set it, just because it is useful to have, because you do want to know also like what your max damage could be, because like here, I'll set her wake up actions. If you block an uppercut, if you're not ready for it and you block it, then you can just get like, you know, whatever good combo you're gonna get. But if you're really ready for an uppercut, then that's when you can start doing some really heavy hitting stuff. Yeah, because neutral jump is going to give you more damage on your combos now.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Than crush counter. So if you can do something like that where you can consistently get like a good punish, or certain character specific stuff, like here, knockdown, right? Like you can forward jump over Karen's uppercut. Like you wouldn't be able to safe jump Guile like that.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
you would be able to safe jump a character like Karen. Triple roundhouse. Oh man, I wanted the big boot combo. So yeah, land and sea. That one's. It's really useful to find things that you're having trouble with and try to eliminate them. That's basically like the idea of a lot of the anti-air stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Do you have any more questions about knockdown or Oki or Okizemi?
Okay, yeah.
Once again, pretty broad, but what do you not want to do when you're doing some type of Oki situation? I know it's kind of broad because every character is different, but what is like a golden rule of what not to do?
So, I don't think there's any hard, fast rule of what you should not do. There's nothing that you cannot do in Street Fighter. There are some things that are inherently more risky than other things, right? Like, if I get a knockdown and I read that you're gonna uppercut, so I do my uppercut that's like slightly later than yours. You can do that, you know. That's not, if you know it's gonna work, then I won't say it's wrong. But it is very very risky. So I think there's a lot of opportunities where you can minimize the risk that you're taking on offense, and that's usually the best to maintain consistency. You want to minimize your risks to maintain consistency.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thank you for joining me up here. Thanks for the excellent questions. Seriously.
I'll have them every week.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to, I guess I'll break down one more aspect of Oki, and then I'm going to shut down the stream, get ready for a tournament. Yeah. You gotta, what's a character you hate? What's a character you don't like playing against?
Character I hate?
Yeah. Ken? All right, I got you. I'm picking Ken for this one.
That's like the only character that I hate.
Yeah, he's got a stupid face, man.
He's got a dumb face.
He's got a dumb face. He's very, you know, he's got the stupid little bananas.
I mean, it makes sense because it looks like he takes hits to the face for a living.
Right.
Oh, look at him. He looks like he actually takes punches every day.
Yeah, his face it looks kind of concave.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little.
That's probably why brain dead Ken is
Brain-
a literal thing.
Right, the brain dead Ken it comes from.
See, we're figuring things out now.
It's true. We're developing. So, last thing to talk about would be hard knockdown in Street Fighter 5. So I'll turn on counter hit. Hard knockdown is unique because you can usually get a safe jump. Most characters can get like a hard safe jump off a hard knockdown. I think Ryu's is just new. I have no idea what Ryu's is. There we go. That looks like a safe jump. So that, he's not going to be able to wake up uppercut reversal. And that's going to allow you some pressure. Who's this walking over? Is this Eric walking up to the stage holding his hitbox all green? We have a special guest sipping on some tea. Oh, dude, sick. Yeah, dude, come on in. Yeah, bring it on in. Me? What? All right. Well, yo, dude, Index, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you, bro. Oh, the pad? Oh, this. Yeah, if you can navigate through the menu. Good luck, man.
Oh wait, no, I don't. You can't disconnect yourself.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, be good.
All right, you got this, man. You got the disconnect process. All right. All right, perfecto. Sure, man. If that's what you feel is right, I'm not gonna stop you. You know. No. You better sign in first. You ain't doing. Oh yeah, man. Boom, boom. Are your buttons working? Okay. You look. Is there a cable on the ground? That looks like a cable on the ground right there, at your foot. Oh, you're right. Cable's on the ground. Cable's down.
We'll find it.
Yeah, if I find a cable here, I'm sending it your way. Yeah. Oh, now we're trapped. Oh, man. Yeah, so it's going to talk about hard knockouts. So go ahead. You could uppercut, and I'll... Cool. Boom, safe jump. Can you uppercut that? Oh, cool. I definitely fucked that up. I think that's a safe jump. Oh, okay, okay. Smashing. Oh, yeah. So that was, I think that's a 5-frame super. So that means what I did with the low short was not a safe jump. I'm going to try using jab. Ooh, that shit did not even hit. Yeah, yeah. You can try to fix it if you want. It's something with the user settings. I'm fairly certain there's something changed with the user settings. Now triangle has become squares. It does not make sense. Indeed. Okay. Oh man. Okay, all right, we're back. There we go. It all makes sense again. Yo, Ryu. Yeah, big Ryu damage too. Yeah, so getting a safe jump or getting any sort of uncommon knockdown where you can optimize the situation and make it seem like your opponent can do something, but in reality you are safe. That's really, really strong. These are options that catch people off guard a lot, especially in tournament. If you see something, you just want to swing, man. You know, you don't want to block. Nobody wants to block. So yeah.
The reason safe jumps work is because DPs, while they're invincible, they have 3-frame startup, right?
Yeah.
So if you can hit them on frame 1 or 2, you'll be able to block in time before the DP comes out, right?
Yeah, so not only do you have to hit them on frame 1 and 2, but you also have to be landing on the last active frame of your attack, right? So the last active frame in the air meets on their first and second frame of their attack or of their wake up. So it's
if they DP, then you block it.
Yep.
If they keep crouching, they get hit.
Yep.
And if they just block, then you just get a plus frame block, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you're hitting them as soon as possible, as low to the ground as possible. And that's usually calculated by frame data. Oh yeah. Oh. I don't even know if that would hit you. I'll try this. Man, that's like a super safe jump. Yo, so much damage. Big Ryu. That might be the safe jump. Is that 300? Or 360? Can we get 400? I'm gonna try. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I don't even think I can hit you. Oh, see, there we go. Yo, my Ryu raw. That's real. That's very real. Yo, this is like the most intense safe jump. The jump button is the most difficult. I think I need to use a different frame kill. That was way too slow. I'm getting myself killed. It's true. So, I mean, I don't know the frame kill. Maybe it's something like this, you know? But the point is, if you can find it and utilize it, really the best way that you can safe jump uppercuts too is gonna be on that deep cross-up angle. So like, if I get a knockdown, so let's say you don't quick rise, right? I can get something like this. Then that's gonna be a good angle to approach uppercuts. If you can ever get this angle, it's very hard for your opponent to anti-air this type of situation. It's gonna be hard for, oh, cross-cut? Okay, okay. Work your style, work your magic. Damn. Snap, yeah, that one looked even weirder. Well, what if you do corner to corner? Do like corner, press both corners. Try doing that and then press punch. And then uppercut comes out. Well, the uppercut did come out. But yeah, that's... That is the Ken. That is the Ken shit right there. It's true. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, and it killed. Dude. You didn't know about that one? Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, so you know the cross cut, you know the corners, you know the forward walk buffer too? The corners? Oh yeah, so the corners, that's a uppercut shortcut input where you can basically go from down forward, down back, to down forward, and you'll get an uppercut. So yeah, even from neutral, if you just go down forward, down back, down forward. Yeah, so you'd hold down and then just like tap it. Well, if you're on hitbox, you can just hold forward and tap down. You gotta do corners? Oh, you would? Okay. Well, what if you just hold forward and tap down? But I mean, fuck it, who needs it? Just do it. Yeah, walk-in DP with hitbox is the most craziest. What do you mean that's hard to do? Is it? I mean, put him in the corner, you know? Put him in a body bag. It depends on what character you're playing too. Because like, if you're playing against like Ken or something, a lot of times people like, if they're in the corner, or like we're right here, they'll like jump back. And if you're doing the walk forward, you can just... Dude, you might as well. What if you're Chris Wynn? Because that's how you get the cross cut anyways. Because like if you're walking forward, yeah, see? Yeah. So, you know, but then so it, like if I neutral jump when you're walking forward, then you already just... Yeah, well, if you got ground game like that, they will. Oh, see, there you go, damn. See, he fleet with the fingers. Oh, damn, yo, that fireball sucks. All right, so Brandon, are you on the ones and twos? Are we good to end the stream, man? How are we looking? Yo, big Brandon. Brandon, Brandon gone. He long gone. Yo, Brandon. Yo, yeah, I'm looking at him right now, but he's not looking at me. Brandon. Ah, hey. All right. We'll get him one day. One day. What are you looking for? Oh, that's a good one. What thing? Yeah. In V trigger. Yeah, if you do that, then you gotta do medium kick Tatsu for the knockdown. And then if you're in V trigger, you do light Tatsu, light DP, heavy DP. Only in the corner though. That's true. You wanna try it? Dude, it's really satisfying. Do stand light kick, light DP. Or no, stand light kick, light Tatsu. And then, there you go. Light DP, heavy DP. Yeah, V trigger. But from distance though. Here, yeah, get the whiff punish. Get the whiff punish. Do jab short. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's just gone? It's not coming back? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you're right. You are right. That's the smartest way to go about doing it. All right. Let's go corner to corner. Ooh. Ooh. That's so nice. Yeah, it can. I think it's like 3 hits and then super. Sure you can. Ooh. Yeah, wait, I'm about to die. I just realized. Damn. Oh, yo, Ryu? Man, it doesn't have a hitbox behind it anymore. Nice. Oh. Oh, that's crazy how it crosses up. Woo! So yeah, that works off any whip punish too. So like if you get low forward, you can hit confirm low forward with Ken. So if you have V trigger, yeah, it is kind of hard to buffer. Ooh. There you go. Oh. Oh. Ooh, there you go. There you go. Dude, Ken is super fun, man. Oh, you can never play Ken? Why do you say this? I respect that answer. He says he doesn't have the mentality of a Ken player. Yeah, that's true. You can't, you don't want to go there?
I could never wake up Tatsu, like, seriously.
It's a bold statement. It's a bold statement.
I could never do light Tatsu footsies. Right?
I can. I can. I can say it comfortably. You're a better man than I. You're a better man than I. There you go. That's the mind game right there. That is the mind game. Absolutely. Yo, so Brandon, are we good to cut the stream? All right. Yeah, let's throw it on the outro. I'm good. We're good to go. Thank you guys very much for joining us for Dropkick DOJO Week 3. Talked a little bit about Vortex, you know what I'm saying? Farted around with Ryu. And that's really what it's all about out here, you know? But yeah, stay tuned, y'all, for some Dragon Ball Fighters coming up on this channel. And if you want to catch more Street Fighter V action, you can catch it on World 8 LA.